All right, fine. If you want to go into that, we're going to do that one more time.
Cosas que no me gustan de los gringos. Parce, empecemos porque se creen lo mejor del mundo, se creen dioses, creaciones divinas, y no lo son.
This is why Colombians don't like gringos. Too many of y'all have this type of attitude.
Now, before we begin, if you're just a regular tourist, you don't do anything wrong, you're just going to Colombia because you just want to know the culture and the people, that's fine. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a specific group of people that we do not want. And this person is a primary example of what we do not want in Colombia. And attitudes like him are the reason why certain groups of people are being deported from Colombia. So he goes on to say that I deleted his comment and I'm obsessed with some long version of Cap. Okay, number one, I didn't delete any comment. I didn't even see that he had commented because today, June 14th, is actually Father's Day. You know how you like to say that Colombian fathers aren't in our lives and stuff like that? Today is actually Father's Day in Colombia, just so you know. And I was celebrating my family. Number two, I didn't delete anything. You want to know why? TikTok has a filtering system. So if you use words that break the terms of service, it's going to get filtered. Sometimes I get notifications from TikTok. Sometimes I don't. And it says, you know, we have been filtering content because people have been saying certain things that break our terms of service. So then he goes on to say that the girl that was shown in his video that I put a picture of, that she's walking on a thong, laying on his lap, holding hands with him and stuff like that, that's not his girlfriend and that's his ex. Okay, let me tell you something. That girl is still way too young for you. She looks like she could be your daughter or probably granddaughter. All right? And I'm going to be very honest with you. She's not into you. You think that these girls in Colombia, they want you? No, they don't. You don't look like her type. All right. Most of the girls usually have a boyfriend on the side. And when you're sending them money, because I saw that, you know, you taking all these trips and I know you're probably sending her money, you probably still do, probably still don't. Okay. But you're investing in the pockets of her boyfriend. I know many girls like that in Colombia that's happening right now. Listen, I know this one particular story. All right. Because if you saw when I was in Santa Marta, not too long ago, like 2.5 weeks ago, I went to Cartagena, Santa Marta, and all the small towns around it. One of the girls that is the roommate of a friend of mine's, they have a mutual friend, and that mutual friend has a boyfriend in the United States. Okay, this boyfriend in the United States sends her enough money to cover for a whole month's rent, to cover for her food, and to cover for her nails and stuff like that. And you know what she's doing with that money? She's maintaining her real boyfriend, and her real boyfriend is not is not working. All right. Sad reality. I was going to make a video about him, but then you got to come in here in my comment section and you got to try and deflect. I'm going to be very honest. People, if you're lame in the United States, you're lame everywhere else. All right. I can guarantee you without any shadow of a doubt that if this guy did not have any money, because I don't think he has that much money like he claims to have, or if she had the same economic power as him, okay, I can guarantee the girl will never, ever, ever pay attention to him. And he says that's his ex. I can guarantee you he was not dating this person. You want to know why? Usually when you date someone in Colombia, you meet the family. You meet the father, you meet the mother, you meet the grandmother, you meet the cousins, you meet the best friends and everybody else. How many times have I stated about my ex-girlfriend that lasted for 5 years? I'm not sure if you know this, but her father, my ex-father-in-law, still, he watches my videos. He's a black Colombian, all right? And this is the reason why I put subtitles. So my Colombian people can see what I'm doing. And so then he goes on to say that she doesn't have a kid, that is her brother. Okay, well, fair enough. And then he says that I'm American and that I want to be a black woman. Well, I mean, all Colombians are Americans. You know, I think you understand that, right? This is the United States of America, and this is America. Every Colombian will tell you that they are American. In fact, if you look at the old maps, the first maps, America was literally the label of South America. He goes on to say that he was not born in the United States. You're still a gringo to us. The term gringo is used for a foreigner, okay? You understand what I'm saying? You're not a Colombian. You were not born there. I was born in Colombia. I have Colombian citizenship. You're a foreigner. You're a colonizer. You're an outsider. You're not a Colombian. You're not one of us, okay? The day that you get your citizenship, then you can come and talk to me, but you're still a gringo. You're still a foreigner. So then he says that I call him a paso bro, and he picks on paso bros. If you look at his videos, all he does, some of his videos, that he's traveling with a girl in a thong in a bikini, drinking alcohol and smoking. Okay? That's all he does. That's all he shows. You can act like a big baller flying on Spirit Airlines. Okay, going to San Andres. If you look at my channel, where have I been? I have been in Palmira. I have been in Tuluá. I have been in Cali. I have been in Manizales. I climbed the highest cathedral in all of Latin America, and I showed it. Okay, I don't see this guy in the Cathedral of Las Lajas, the Sanctuary of Las Lajas, with the by the Ecuadorian border. I don't see him in the Cathedral of Salt. I don't see him the River of the Seven Colors. I don't see him in Buenaventura. I don't see him in any of the cities that I have been to, and I've been around. I've been in Pereira. I have been in a whole bunch of other places, and I showed it on my videos. Does this person look like he's a person who's traveling for culture? No, he's not. Come on, with girls in thongs and girls in bikinis and everything else, and that's all the show. And you tell me you're picking on passport bros? You say you live in Sabaneta, right? I can guarantee you that the people in Sabaneta, all around you, okay, Itagüí, Envigado, Laureles, whatever, Poblado, Parquilleras, Medellin, they are all looking at you and they're thinking the exact same thing that I'm looking at you. You think we're stupid? I'm not. I'm not dumb. Come on, prancing with girls around in bikini. I was in Tayrona National Park, okay, by in Magdalena, and by Santa Marta, that is controlled by the Arhuaco Indians. Okay, I documented it. I did a video in Spanish and English. I have yet to come up with the Spanish one. Does this person look like he's traveling for culture? How many times have I showed different music, different indigenous people, different African peoples? And he says that I want to be a black woman. Come on. That's it's super immature. That doesn't bother me because I'm very comfortable in knowing the fact that people like you are not wanted in Colombia, and the government, Migración Colombia, is taking steps to ensure that the people who are going down there for bad purposes, not just for sexual tourism, but for the people who are, want to scandalize and bother and harass my people, they get rid of you. So sooner or later you will fall because you think that I'm stupid. I know you're not there for culture, telling me that all Colombian food is bland. You do not know 1% of Colombia.
And they haven't been even down here, never. They don't even speak our language. They don't even know nothing about Colombia. You know what I mean? But there is people that they think like they have a massive degree of dating and talking about Colombian women and describe how Colombian people are and describe everything about country.
Carlos, he's Colombian just like me. Okay? And he's literally telling you to your face, you guys act like you know Colombia. You act like you got a master's degree. You don't have nothing. You don't even have in elementary knowledge of what is Colombian. You do not know nothing. And you do not know that when you're walking the streets, people are talking about you. Ahí va, ahí va. Look at him. Ahí va. Look at him. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes. He's going to go after the big booty white one. He's going to get the, I told you he's going to get the big booty white one. They don't like his black girls. They don't like their own black people. That's what they're saying. Everybody's laughing behind your back, and you guys don't understand that. The single male traveler has his image badly damaged. I don't see you in Barichara. I don't see you in Bogota. I don't see you anywhere else. I don't see you in Santander. I don't see you anywhere. No museums or anything else. Drinking, women, smoking. That's all you're doing. Come on. He then goes on to say that this just validates when a man goes his whole life not achieving success. Defending my country against people who touch little kids, people who come in and to treat our country like a brothel, people who delete the women. That's not called not having success, okay? You can try to belittle me all the way that you want. Maybe that deflection works in where you come from, in your country, in the United States, all right? But it doesn't work in Colombia. I have many people that are pushing me. You do understand this. I have many people that are pushing me, all right? A lot of Colombians are pushing me to speak for them, okay? I know a lot of people in Colombia, including digital content creators, okay? Some of them are influencers within the millions. And they keep on telling me every day, I like what you're doing. Keep talking for us. I like what you're doing. Keep talking for us. You do not understand. You are the type of person that we do not like in Colombia because you think you're better than us. You want to mistreat us. And you're the ever-present colonialist. You're no different than the colonialists of the 1500s, coming into somebody else's house, taking away their resources, belittling them, telling them what they are. You cannot speak for me. You're not a Colombian. Listen to me. You are not a Colombian. You don't have any authority to tell me what is or what isn't Colombian. You do not know the difference between carimañola and a buñuelo. You do not know the difference between a pastuso and a raizal. And then he finishes off by saying that I'll be 50 and then he hasn't worked in 6 years or something like that. Okay, if this guy is such a big baller, why is this guy flying in Spirit Airlines. Okay, not even first class. If he's such a big baller, why is he dealing with girls who you could tell that they're not from a higher strata? Okay, I can guarantee you cannot reach a strata six woman in Colombia. The professionals, okay, the ones who are born in wealthy families, they don't even look at you. People, I wanted to show you that this is the reality and the problem with these type of people. They fetishize my country. They don't care about us. They don't care about our music. They don't care about our food. They don't care about our mentality. They want the body of the Colombian woman, but they don't want the Colombian behind it. This guy doesn't know anything. He doesn't know it. The Colombia has many thousands types of music. They come to our country. They lock themselves up in an Airbnb within 2 mile radius of what the adult services workers are at. And this guy doesn't understand the different types of regional varieties of food that there is. I guarantee you, he doesn't listen to bullerengue or vallenato, cumbia, mapalé, torbellino. He doesn't listen to all those things. But I bet you he's gonna when he comes to Medellin, he goes to the club, listen to his R&B music. He goes listen to his trap music, whatever music from the United States. No, you think you're fooling people, but you're not. All right. So once again, everybody, this is Rey Condor signing off.